The same ingredients, but prepared differently and, of course, served very differently. We'll follow one evolutionary path of a chicken sandwich, how it's prepared and served, for example, if it's street food, how it's prepared and served. If it's, let's say, a nice standard restaurant. And the third option, how we'll prepare that chicken sandwich in a restaurant that has Michelin stars. Let's see how the evolution of the same dish goes, in different variants of preparation and serving. Here it is, we have a chicken fillet. We cut it in separate pieces that suit us. The excess parts, these bits of cartilage, we remove them. And since this is the street version, we'll use these parts that are, let's say, a bit visually less appealing. We'll separate them, even though it's the street version, we mustn't have anything that doesn't suit our palates, our taste. We'll thin it out a bit so it gets done sooner. As we all know, the street food version is basically the fast food version. It's food that is quickly and easily prepared. Let's oil it a bit, after a minute of frying. We'll flip it. While the chicken is frying, we'll prepare the bun. So, we cut it. We'll take 1 or 2 leaves of green lettuce and slice them into strips. Two slices of cheese, also cut into strips. A little tomato. A little for flavor, aroma, and juiciness. The chicken is done. While the chicken rests for a bit, we'll add a little sauce, if you like. This time I'm going for mayonnaise. You can experiment and make whichever sauce you want. But I decided on mayonnaise. And now, while the chicken is still warm and juicy, we'll cut it into thicker strips like this. And put everything into our sandwich. See how juicy, nice, and tasty it is. Since the chicken is still hot, it will now melt this cheese. And now, since this is the fast food version, we will wrap this in paper, and serve it to our guests that way. We press it so the filling doesn't fall out. We fold it one way, we fold it the other way. Our sandwich is ready. Now we'll just serve it on an appropriate platter. And now we're going to prepare the sandwich that will be served, so to speak, in a standard restaurant. A much higher level of service and quality than the fast food version. So we slice the chicken thinly like this, you see, like strips. And now a little salt. We'll put it into a bowl. We'll add a little yogurt. And leave it for 5 to 10 minutes to marinate. We put the chicken into the yogurt. The yogurt will give it a nice aroma. And a nice flavor to our chicken. Which will be really great. In this style of presentation and preparation. We've lightly heated the pan. And now we put the bread on to toast. We need to lightly toast it. On both sides. Of course, you can also do this in a toaster. Or you can do it this way in a medium hot pan. Don't let it get too hot, because the bread can burn very easily. So it spreads out, so it toasts better. And now the other side, like this, so it gets a golden yellow color. The bread is toasted, and now we'll use this side that is still warm, to flip it like this. And now while it's still warm like this, we'll immediately put the cheese on so it melts nicely, but making sure the cheese is exactly the same length and width as the bread. So it doesn't hang out too much from the sides, because that will, of course, that aesthetic appearance is also very important in restaurants. Now, while this is heating up nicely, and that cheese is gently melting on the bread, we will fry our chicken. Now the cheese is slowly warming, and is covering this bread. The pan is heated. Now we'll put the chicken in to fry. We'll fry this side very quickly, because it's been marinated in this yogurt, so it doesn't accidentally burn. So it won't get an unpleasant taste or color. Now we add a little oil so it fries better and faster, evenly. The chicken is seasoned and marinated. See how quickly it browns. These are very thin cutlets. Then the chicken will cook very quickly. The chicken is done. See how nicely it's fried. It stayed juicy, so we fried it quickly. At a higher temperature, very briefly. Now while it rests a little, we will prepare these side dishes. Now we pierce it with this wooden skewer, and here's another option. Now we'll of course serve this. One option. Like this. Here we have fries that we'll serve with our sandwich. We serve the fries, they're a bit hot. And a sauce option. And here, as you have seen, meaning a version of the sandwich that can be offered in a nicer, higher quality restaurant. The ingredients are almost identical to those in the first variant, but because of the way it's presented and served, the way it's prepared in the kitchen, the marinating, and everything else, this will be a significantly more expensive version than the first street version of the sandwich. And we've come to this third one, so to speak, the most exclusive version. The same ingredients were used in the street sandwich version. So a kind of fast food version. Then we arrived at some kind of combination, for example, in some exclusive restaurant. Like a club sandwich. And now we're going to the most exclusive chicken variation, which will be kind of a variation of a sandwich. That could be served in a very exclusive restaurant, possibly with some Michelin stars. Now let's see how we'll prepare it. Here we'll toast a bit, this homemade bun of ours. But with butter. We'll toast this homemade roll in butter. Since this is now the priciest, most exclusive version, we're of course using the highest quality ingredients. Let the bun fully absorb this butter, so it soaks up and becomes juicy, and in doing so we'll let it brown a little. See how nice the color already is, just a little more browning. We got what we wanted. The bread is soaked with butter, it's crispy around the edges and extremely soft in the middle. Cherry tomatoes, let's lightly fry them. Cherry tomatoes, let them brown nicely. On the outside, and inside it'll remain nice and juicy, and around the edges it will soften and the skin will crack a bit, but it will be very nice, tasty, and decorative. So we'll use them as both decoration and a side dish. The chicken we cooked using the sous vide technique. You can watch the cooking method in our previous video. This is organic chicken, so naturally the price is much higher, and since we use the sous vide technique, the chicken is exceptionally juicy and very, very tasty and high quality. Here you go, this will be used. We also sauté the chicken in butter. We shaped the chicken with a spatula. See what a nice, thick piece. So there has to be a large piece of meat, a quality cut of meat, prepared with this top-notch sous vide cooking technique. Now we'll gently sear this chicken, on both sides so it gets a nice, brown color, and to get that crispy part, and it will remain very juicy in the middle. Because it's been prepared using the sous vide method. We also fry this in butter. We melt the butter. One side needs about half a minute to a minute, the other side half a minute to a minute. And now another half minute on the other side, so it browns evenly, and we serve immediately while the meat is hot. While we wait half a minute for the meat to finish, here we plate our dish. If we want, we can use this as well. We serve a sauce on the side with this dish, which we prepared from homemade mayonnaise, and also a mildly spicy homemade tomato sauce, which will pair exceptionally well with this dish, and which will build on our previous topic, that we have already covered. Here you go, dear friends, you have seen how creative chefs can be, depending on the place where you work, depending on the story or concept you identify with as a chef. You can use the same ingredients to make top-tier versions of street sandwiches. You can, in a classic restaurant, make, similarly, some variant of a club sandwich, or if you are more inclined toward Michelin-style restaurants, you can present and prepare the same ingredients in this way. So, a chef's creativity can reach its fullest expression. In all three options, it's only important which variant you, as a guest, want to choose for yourself. Whether a cheaper, more affordable option, an option with quality service and preparation, or a high-end, exclusive option. In any case, you decide what kind of chef you want to be. You decide what kind of guest you want to be. Enjoy!